Hello, I'm Rowena, and this is FYI with Rowena. I love to talk to everyday people who will empower, inspire, educate, and entertain you. On today's episode, we are going to show highlights of my past shows, and we will sit down with my two amazing guests, Will Edwards and Shanti Walsh. My first guest is a wife, a mother of two wonderful boys, an entrepreneur who recently discovered the true reason for the passion she has in the hospitality restaurant industry. I'd like you to welcome a wonderful, amazing woman who is always doing something, Miss Shanti Walsh. Welcome to my show. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic.
I am so glad
Thank
you
for
can make
having
it
me.
today.
Thank you.
And you know what? We've worked together on several things, several events, and you're always doing something for the community. You're always doing something to help people. Now, what is the passion behind that?
Wow, there's so many things that I like to share. I'm one of those people that just loves to give back to the community, and it's because I do have a second chance in life. And so doing things for the community, doing activities, events, no matter what it is always a joy. And I'm proud to say that I did it, so that's kind of the reason why I
That's
do
wonderful.
it. So.
Now, you tell us a little bit about you. You're from you came from California and then moved to Las Vegas.
Well, before that, we'll just go back to the root a little bit. I was born in Cambodia, a really small town.
I didn't even know that about you.
I was actually, yes, not too many people know about that because Cambodia is such a small town. I mean, small country. I had to live through the genocide of the Khmer Rouge. Fortunately, most of my family were blessed and we were able to make it through alive. But for a time there, we didn't know where we're going to go, if we're going to be alive the next day, or if I'm going to see my parents again,
Wow.
So
So you were separated from your parents?
at one point during the journey in the jungle, we were separated, and the journey lasted about 10 weeks. So I actually lived through that for 10 weeks in the jungle, and then we became a refugee in Thailand. So we actually stayed there for about 2.5 years until we got a sponsor from Augusta, Georgia, a big Second Baptist church that sponsored us to the U.S.
Wow.
And from there is when my life begins. Before then, I wasn't sure if I was going to live or die or where we were going to be.
Well, you are a true success story because I know you have two restaurants in Lake Las Vegas. You have the Mexican restaurant and you have the French. You just opened up the French restaurant.
Actually, it's not a French. It was a steakhouse, but we've transitioned it into a tapas restaurant.
Oh,
which
so
means,
it's now tapas. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tapas, and it's we serve small portions, and that's what tapas means: small bites, small plates that we can hang
That's
out
good for
and share.
drinking. Yes.
For
people
share with
that
your friends.
drink, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So we have two restaurants there, and we recently just opened up a third restaurant, and this is the reason for my true passion.
Yes, and so now let's talk a little bit about that. You started a new foundation called KIT.
Yes.
So what does that mean, and what does it mean to you?
Well, Kit happened to be my mom's name, and when I was in back home a few years back, I realized that I really have to do something to give back, and that's always been my passion, is to be able to give back. Going back to what we just started, so when I got back to the U.S., I said, I thought in my mind that I have to be rich and, not necessarily famous, but at least have a huge bank account to be able to open up a nonprofit organization or a foundation. Well, I don't, at this point in my life, I don't think that rich part's going to come to me as quickly as I hope for.
This is how how do you define success? Success to me is having been able to reach that point in life where you're happy and content with whatever you're doing. It does not necessarily mean monetary, right? So it is about giving and the joy of giving, right? And that's what you get from this foundation that you just started. How does this help the youth or children?
Well, a little bit about the foundation. Sorry, but Kit is actually my mom's name.
Yes.
So from there, I transfer it into KIT, Kids in Transition. Kids in Transition, we help underprivileged kids we are a nonprofit organization, collaborating with other nonprofit organizations, schools, and other communities to help better the lives of individual kids that are in need. You know, so with that being said, you know, one day I've decided that, you know, I've been serving the community and the kids and the homeless so much. Why not turn one of the restaurant into a not-for-profit restaurant? And that's how Kids Kitchen came about. And now I'm just passionate about having the restaurant. We are serving $5 breakfast, $6 lunches. There's minimal profit in that pricing. So what we do with that is we are able to serve the community, number one, to have an amazing meal for a very reasonable price. And number two, we offered a venue for different organizations
to do, just like our foundation,
to do
right?
fundraisings and things like that. And thirdly, we ourselves do fundraisers so we can help out the underprivileged kids. So we feed the, you know, the homeless, or we serve the JAG program students, which is a big part of our organization right now, just being the startup. So we love helping out the kids.
And your husband is also a chef.
Yes, he does help me out with the kitchen very much. And it was just something that we kind of fell into it together. And I say, well, he's just moved back home. So it's perfect for something for him to do.
That's wonderful. Is he from Las Vegas?
Well, we when the economy was so bad, we were separated in distance for 5 years. So he moved back to California to work in a job that he was really good at, and then raised one of our younger son, who's now going to UC Irvine. So when he's done with that project, it was time for him to come back home. And so coming back home means being back in the kitchen again.
Now, through Kit Foundation and Kids Kitchen, what do you hope to achieve? Like in the future, what?
The goal is to always provide for the children, whether it's a nice warm meal or it's a venue for me to eventually have an orphanage home. That's my ultimate dream in life is before I leave this world, I like to be able to provide more than just meals for the children, but also a place for them to come to or to live until, you know, we can help them find
that
a
is
real
very
home.
admirable. You're going to leave an indelible mark. And I am so in awe of the things that you do. It's amazing. And you and I are going to be doing something.
Yes.
Yes.
It's so exciting.
In June, and we're going to announce it soon, but it's going to be something really exciting at like Las Vegas. So I am so happy to have you here. If there is a website, if they want to donate to your cause, where would they go? Is there a website?
They can go to kitinternational.org. It's KITINTL.org.
Wonderful. It is so nice to have you here this morning, Shanti.
Thank you. It's nice to be here, Rowena.
And I'm looking forward to our project together.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you.
I am so happy to have my next guest today. I cannot say enough about him. He is an actor, comedian, a writer, producer. I mean, he does it all. He is one of the nicest guys I've ever met in Las Vegas, and he's so humble too, and I'm so happy to have him here. Will, welcome to the show, Mr. Will Edwards.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing? You know what? This is so funny. This is your chair.
I know.
And you're normally doing the interviewing.
It is always very awkward to be on this end of it because I'm usually saying to you, so what are you up to?
I know. And I was on your show at one point, and we talked about like doing this show, like you interviewing me and I'm interviewing.
Yes.
We're still gonna do that, by the way.
That? Okay.
Yes.
That's a promise?
Yes, that's a promise.
All right, good. That's
and
great.
I'm such a huge fan of yours. Okay, you do so many things. First,
That's
let's go back to where you started. I know you're from New Jersey.
Yes, I am from born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Right, and not a lot of people know this, but you also so you produce, you act, you write, you're a talk show. I mean, you do everything. And this all started when you went to George Street Playhouse. I mean, isn't that the start of everything?
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny because I went to William Patterson University and for a business degree, and I auditioned for a show, and then that's where it all I just loved theater, and then of course I had to tell my parents that I'm not going to be a businessman. I'm going to be an actor instead. And they're like, what are you talking about? And my first job out of college was the George Street Playhouse, their touring theater. And because of my business degree, I became the company manager of their touring theater and an actor in that. And that's how it kind of got started.
Yeah, and then you went all over the U.S. You went to Washington, D.C. and everywhere.
Yeah.
And how did you land in Las Vegas?
Oh boy, that's a good question. Well, I was living in New York City, and it was the winter, and I don't know if you know, but I had a vehicle, and in the winter in New York City, having a vehicle,
it doesn't work.
So you have to come out of your house. You have to shovel out your car, drive it to work, shovel out a parking space, park the car. The plows come by. When you get out of work, you shovel it out. You drive home. You shovel out.
Oh, I know.
It was enough.
I lived in Chicago for 6 months.
Oh,
it's the winter is just not for
too much. So I said to my girlfriend at the time, hey, listen, we got to go. I can't do this anymore. I said, let's go close to where, family is at least and so forth. So I asked her, well, where is your family from? And she said, Chicago. And I said, my mother is in Las Vegas, and that's where we're going.
Okay. And this has been home for you.
Yes, it's been since. 10 years.
Wow.
I think next year it'll be 11 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, you know what? I don't know if people know this, but you produced movies.
Yes.
You've been in a sci-fi movie.
Yes.
It's called, what is a sci-fi movie called?
Well, I've been in two. I've been in two sci-fi movies. The most recent
SA or something like that, right?
S4.
S4.
Yes. Which I wrote and co-produced. But then recently I just finished a film that'll be out in February called Alien Domicile. It's by Kelly Schwartz, who's the writer director of that, and you'll be able to get it on Amazon.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you because we haven't made this announcement yet. To everyone.
So this is the first time on my show.
So this is on your show that we're
awesome.
saying this actually publicly. But I actually, in that film, I play the alien.
Wow. And that's the second time though that you played an alien.
No,
or you played.
No, you know what? The first S4, I didn't play an alien. I think I got turned into one.
You were a colonel or something.
I was a colonel, and then and I was trying to stop something. That was, holding aliens hostage and all that kind of craziness. And
you also have this comedy thing going on downtown.
Yes.
So you have it. What is this? The new thing on Wednesday that you're doing?
I have a company. It's called We Entertainment Group, and I partner with Chelsea Cruz and Eric Kidd. And what We Entertainment Group does is that we help people develop their concepts and put them on, and we basically consult them in terms of their marketing, how this is run, how people come in, what you need to do in the whole 9 yards. And then after 3, 6 months or a year, we hand over them the package so that they can actually run their own show.
That's fantastic.
So we've run the Will Edwards Show. We've also run We Funny Comedy Show, which happens every second Friday of every month at Inspire Theater downtown. We get some of the best comedians.
The best,
right?
Because I have seen that show, and I want everybody to go see that show because you will be laughing all night. I mean, you have the best comedians from Los Angeles, from all over. They come down here and they do this comedy show with you. So just for the love of it.
No, they love it. So we feature local comedians, and then our headliners are usually national headliners that we have come in. And the whole idea of it is that we want you to laugh a lot and pee a little.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. I mean, you guys have to see this show.
It's
seriously,
fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's really fun, and there's nothing like it in Las Vegas. It's amazing.
And on January Friday the 13th, actually, 2017, we will be celebrating 2 years. 2 years in the comedy business. Thank you.
I remember when you started the We Funny Comedy Show.
Yeah.
And that was years ago, and you're still going.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, this man doesn't sleep because you have the comedy.
She doesn't sleep. I'm just trying to keep up with you.
We were just talking about this. You don't sleep. You have the comedy.
Yes.
You write. You also have your fashion. You also design like a pocket.
Yes.
Tell the audience about that.
So I have a company. It's called Squareware by Will Edwards, and I make pocket squares. We're now in the process of creating a news square that is pre-folded and double-sided. So it's a lot of work to try to figure out the materials and how do you do it and how you put together. So that's coming soon. I in the midst of all of this, I started a style consulting company called We Styling.
Yes.
People can check us out at WeStylingLV.com, and it's a blog as well. But I have a lot of clients that come in. It's just for the everyday guy. He's just looking to up his style some way, somehow, and so that's
or
I've
be
been
more
doing
stylish
that.
like you. I've never seen you not dressed up. I mean, I've always admired
Thank
how you are put together.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So,
but we did. Oh, by the way, let me just say this. So Wednesday nights at Inspire.
Yes.
Which is the new comedy concept. It's a competition. So it's every Wednesday night, and the way.
So for the viewers who are like aspiring to be comedians, they can
sign up. They can sign up. They can go to laughawar.com and you can sign up to be on the show. It's hard. It's a hard competition. Let me just tell you, there's always a twist, and the comedians don't know what they're talking about until they get to the microphone.
Wow! Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah. So they have to improv a 2-minute set right off the top of their head.
And this was all your idea?
No, you know what? I'm very fortunate. Eric Kidd, who is part of We Entertainment Group, has taken the lead. He created this concept, and we partnered with the Downtown Project on it. And so we're doing
amazing.
it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Wow.
And a lot of work. But in the end, I think everybody's having a great time. And if you guys want to come, it's free of charge every Wednesday. Come on down.
Oh yes, I mean, so Wednesdays and Saturdays, Inspire Theater. I promise you, you will have so much fun.
A lot of fun.
And
we're all on Facebook and Twitter and the whole nine yards. But next year,
Yes.
fingers crossed. Next
Okay,
year,
I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed.
I'm in the process. I'm writing a book.
When do you sleep?
When do you sleep?
When do you sleep?
I'm writing a book. It's called What Men Do Wrong, from dressing to grooming.
That's amazing.
And I've created 6 types of men, and you can plug your man into one of those types.
Wow.
And then later in the book, it shows you how you can help him up his style.
Oh my goodness. Will, I admire you so much. I mean, you're one of the people that I see constantly doing something. You're one of the most humble people I know.
Oh,
you're very
nice.
down to earth. I love you.
Oh,
So
thank you.
this has been an honor to have you here on my show.
Well, I appreciate it, and it was so comfortable.
I
was
know.
nervous at first.
Oh, you're such a pro.
No, I was so nervous at first, but now I'm like, we're
It's
just
me.
gonna
You're
chat and
talking to me.
talk.
We're like talking in my living room, right?
Exactly.
So I cannot wait to see your comedy show this Saturday, this weekend. So Friday, exactly.
January 13th.
Okay, January 13th, Inspire Theater at.
Doors open at 7:30. Show
7:30.
starts at 8 o'clock.
There you go. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
A little over a year ago, I sat down with some colleagues and started drawing blueprints for what I hope would be a new kind of TV show. The show that emerged from that brainstorming has been on air since April of 2016 and on our 11th episode. It is an immersive talk show with and about everyday people who have made a positive impact in the community and changed their lives for the better. There's no such thing as a TV show without TV viewers in mind. FYI with Rowena empowers, inspires, educates, and entertains. From the start, we wanted a TV show to resonate with the viewers. This means not having commercial breaks. Rather than producing them, we added a segment called Ask the Expert and Getting to Know. In this segment, I sit down with the business owners and professionals and talk about anything and everything they want to talk about, whatever they want to discuss, which makes it more personal and interesting. This meant trusting that people would watch the segment all the way through and that we didn't have to build up artificial suspense or use after-the-break teasers to retain viewers after the commercials. Stephen Hardy, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for asking me.
And thank you for what you do for our veterans.
Dr.
Stokes, welcome.
Hi. Good
How are
morning.
you?
I'm amazing. Thank
I
you.
have a restaurant
and English and pub as well.
And
And
a
Walking
pub.
Center. Yeah, Walking Town Center.
Yeah.
And when I ran for governor, the first time, it wasn't so bad.
I'd like to welcome Dr. Zia Khan to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Rowena, for having me back
I
on.
know you're so busy and you need to be at the hospital, so I am just so happy that you can make it this morning.
You know, if they call and they just mention that they saw Max, you know, they're going to get to reach into the goodie bag.
I'm 6 years old. I will be starting first grade this year. I have a little sister. She is fun to play with.
The hard part is, you know, the difference of
The time. and-
cultures.
Tell me
and
about yourself
time.
first. You just moved here from DC, right?
Yes, it's been 4 months now in Vegas.
How do you like Las Vegas?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm liking it.
I'd like to welcome my last guest to the show, Mr. Phil Hurley. Phil, how are you?
Great.
It's
It's good to see you, by the way.
Good to see you
I had to get one of
too.
these when I first got here.
Yes, it's great to have you here.
So it's great to be here. Actually.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
So where is Serbia in
It's
terms of?
Southeast Europe.
Okay.
Around
Just
Greece,
for the viewers that don't know where it is.
Bulgaria, Romania, Italy, very close to this.
So
country.
it's like the border of Hungary and
Exactly.
Romania and
yeah,
yes.
that's very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are
uh-huh.
the two most world-renowned doctors.
For diabetes, there are many, many different causes of why your body is not able to control and regulate blood sugar. Diabetes is actually a more complicated disease.
I'd like to welcome Joe D'Ambico to the show. How are you, Joe?
I am wonderful, Rowena.
It's great to have you here finally.
I know it's been a long time coming. I want to start by saying I'm a huge fan, and I
Oh,
want to tell
thank
all our
you.
viewers out there, you're pretty, when we watch you out there, you're even prettier in person.
We are. My father, who was a World War II veteran, before he passed away, asked me to do something for veterans on a big scale. And so this is a big scale to us, and I'm just pleased to carry the message of our veterans and the plight that they suffer on a daily basis here in Southern Nevada.
They really honor the men and women in our community in Nevada, in the whole state of Nevada.
We caught up with Michael earlier this week. Take a look at this. So, Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
We can do this today. I know you're a very busy man.
No, this is awesome. I've always got time for you guys. This is great.
Thank you.
Nobody knows where she came from. The tall, young, good-looking girl with a voice as light as day. Nobody knows, but no one cares, 'cause everybody loves the way she sings, makes a dream a fairy tale.
We've had celebrities on the show talking about what made them the person they are now and the steps they took to get there. We feature special people with different challenges and how they turned their lives around. Mr. Ron Futrell.
Well, it's great to be here.
How are you?
No,
What's
I'm doing
going
well,
on?
and I love the set, love the show,
Isn't
and
it
everything
great?
looks
It's
great.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
so thanks for having
started, and we started doing small shows in downtown in the village, you know, and cabarets, and then we went for those audiences, and then we went up to the Lincoln Center audiences because I was testing audiences to see what it was like.
For Rowena, the biggest challenge was not to have me just be an accompanist. Right? That's
Right.
boring.
Yeah.
Magic with just a piano focus,
Yes.
that's boring.
You have to
the
be a part
challenge
of the
was
act.
how you tie the two together.
I am honored to welcome William Carr to the show. How are you, William?
I'm fine, thank you, Rowena.
It's interesting to see that when they come into the gallery, someone will gravitate toward a particular image and there will be an emotional connection. That is the magic that happens.
I think they have a real affinity for the work because it's very personal. They see something personal in it. They've been to that city in France, so they've been to that city in Italy. They've been to the Grand Canyon. It mirrors experiences that they've had that are universal, I think.
William Carr's images speak in silence and leave an indelible imprint on art collectors and aficionados alike.
John Castellino is here today to talk about his new career and some of the health challenges he's been through. He is a very dear friend and one of the nicest people I know. Welcome, John. I'm glad you can make it
You
this
couldn't
morning.
have set me up any better.
Maybe better known as celebrity magician Maurice Sobchak. Welcome.
How are you?
Great.
Thanks for having me on your show.
to sum it up, and I could probably sum it up in one word, tiring. It was very tiring, but well worth it. If I could go back and do it all over again, I definitely would.
And this is Lifestyles on FYI with Rowena.
Let's welcome Chris Phillips.
Oh, guys, thank you.
Everybody know you as Zoe Bowie.
That is true.
Yes.
I have somehow been getting away with calling myself that for about 24 years now, when I have too many cocktails, I guess.
This one for the beautiful ladies. Something the way she moves attracts me like no other lovers. Something in the way she moves me. I don't want to leave her now. No, I believe in how. Something in her smile that knows that I don't need no other lovers.
Since April of 2016, we've been touching viewers and changing lives. This is our goal and our mission. We all have the power to change our lives, inspire others, and dreams do come true. Thank you all for watching FYI with Rowena. I'd like to thank my guests, Will Edwards and Shanti Walsh. Until next time, see you on FYI with Rowena.